Politicians panicking about guns. I'm Brian Lilley with TheRebel.media. Once again, we've got a politician opening their mouth and talking about gun crime and law-abiding gun owners in ways that just make them look foolish. You know, there's an old saying, better to keep your mouth shut and let people think you're a fool than open your mouth and prove it. Now, in my hometown of Hamilton, Ontario, there have been two open shootings in the past couple days, including a broad daylight shooting earlier this week that has police just stunned at the brazenness of it. Check out the video from surveillance cameras that police were able to release of this shooting on Main Street in Victoria, or near Main in Victoria in Hamilton. Broad daylight, early evening, people shooting in the streets. This is definitely something that police and politicians should be concerned about. But the reaction of Hamilton Mayor Fred Eisenberger is to say, we need to ban guns. He's actually said he wants to do this. He said he doesn't know if constitutionally the city can ban guns, but he wants to look into it. Let me answer that for you, Fred. No, constitutionally, you cannot ban guns, and you should know that. You've been in politics a long time. You are not a fool, despite the words you're saying, making it look like you appear to be one. But then he went on. I want to read you a quote from the Hamilton Spectator, which reads, I think most reasonable people would wonder, why are people carrying guns in the first place? Let's look at this video again. We're talking about handguns in the streets. People shooting up a busy, built-up urban area, not unlike the one behind me here in Ottawa, with a handgun. Do you think that these are law-abiding folks, or do you think that maybe these are criminals? The handgun registry is still in effect. We got rid of the long gun registry, but handguns have had to be registered since the 1930s. These folks don't look like they registered their handguns. It definitely doesn't look like they took the safety course. These are criminals acting as criminals in the street. I ran into a gun owner and gun rights supporter just a little while ago named Reg, and he put it in very good terms for me. He said, Brian, remember, criminal is an occupation, and you can't legislate crazy. If you are shooting out in the middle of the street like this in a busy built-up area, you're crazy. Something's wrong with you, and you do not have respect for the law. You don't have respect for your fellow man. So legislating against guns is not going to stop this sort of thing from happening. But I want to read you some more stats right now, because Eisenberger is saying, gotta ban guns because there's been two shootings. Well, let's look at the stats for traffic fatalities in Hamilton. The last year that I have stats for from the city of Hamilton, it looks like they stopped putting out their traffic safety report, was 2010. They had 9 driver fatalities that year. They had 3 passenger fatalities. They had 2 cyclist fatalities and 7 pedestrian fatalities. Has anybody said, well, we've got to ban cars? No. It's considered the fault of the driver if a car kills somebody. We don't say cars kill people. No, we say that the driver did it. We don't say that a drunk driver, it was the bottle or it was his vehicle. No, it's the fault of the drunk driver. But when it comes to guns, suddenly it's the fault of the gun. So let's ban the gun. You know, Hamilton used to be the heart of the mafia in Canada, and people like Eisenberger tried to ban it and do away with it. Maybe they were able to contain it a bit, and that's not a bad thing. But they couldn't do away with it because criminals will be criminals. And the only reason it's not there now, not in the way it used to be, is because other criminals took over. They killed each other off. It didn't have to do with government stopping criminals from acting like criminals. There are lots of ways to try and deal with this situation. But banning an inanimate object that is difficult to get legally, far more difficult than it is to get illegally, isn't the answer. Eisenberger should know better. So should most Canadian politicians who unfortunately all too often put their mouth into action before their brain is in gear.